have the same duration for rests as you do for your note values. So for a semi-breathe, we've talked about a semi-breathe as an open note, not coloured in, and that's equal 4. So the equivalent as a rest hangs from this second to top line and colours in. You've got to make sure you leave space there, otherwise you can't tell which one it is. So a 4-beat rest looks like that. And then we've talked about a minim, which is a 2-beat note. The equivalent in a rest sits on the middle line and is coloured in. That's a 2-beat rest. Crotchet, we know is worth 1. And in rest form, you go bit to your right, bit to your left, bit to your right, and then a little curvy thing like that. It's one of those things you're going to have to practice. And that's a 1-beat rest. And then we've got our quaver, which we all know looks like this. It's worth a half. And in rest form, it's a little dot on the second to top line and go up and down. It's kind of like a 7. And for a quaver, semi-quaver, we all know it's worth a quarter. And they look like this. It's the same thing, but with the double, like the double line. And then we want some silence, so we need to put some rests in. So this is worth 1, and that's worth a half, and we've got to make it up to 4. So we've got to fit in another 2.5 beats, right? So we could do this. That's a 2-beat rest. And then a half-beat rest. The trouble is that would be wrong. It's technically correct. Yes, that all adds up to 4. But when you're writing notation, you have to finish off each beat first before you go to the next. So this is halfway through a beat. This is beat 1. This is beat 2. And beat 3 is going to be happening sort of a little bit into that rest. We don't want that. What we want is to finish off this beat first. So we've got 1, we've got a half, we need to put the half rest there to indicate that beat finished, and then we can put the 2-beat rest. It just meant that we needed to swap them around. Let me give you another example. Alright, so we've got 2 beats here, and we've got a quarter and a quarter, which makes up a half. So we've got 2 beats, and together that makes a half, so 2.5, which means we've got 1.5 beats we've got to finish off in this. And these are our beats along here. So this 1 beat falls here, 1 and 2 falls in there, this is beat 3. Because that's only a half, we've still got another half to go to finish that beat off before we move to 4. So in order to make sure that we get the rest in the right order, we need another half beat rest. And then we can put our final beat rest. So then we can, that's 2 beats there, that's 1 complete beat there, and 1 complete beat